Now, I don't own a Wii or a Wii U, but since I've been taking my perfectly good brain and ruining it with Nintendo knowledge, I guess I might as well just talk about why the Wii U failed. You see, Nintendo was doing really well with the Wii, and Nintendo sometimes gets cocky on what they're trying to do with their next console, like every other time. This has happened with the Virtual Boy, Game Boy Micro, Nintendo 64, etc. But more recently, the Wii U. Nintendo is now known for the Nintendo Switch, but before that, Nintendo was almost a dead company. The Wii U did horribly, causing some of the fans thinking, crap, Nintendo's dead. But Nintendo had already put out clues for the Nintendo NX, as by then, companies were already crawling out with the Xbox One and PS4. Nintendo obviously was developing this new system. Let me put this spotlight onto someone that really hasn't been on the channel since October of last year.
Hey folks, I'm the one and only Basketdoor. I'm going to be pointing out some facts about the Wii U.
Before we start, I just want to say that y'all should subscribe to Basketdoor, as he's also trying to start making videos.
First, let's talk about the marketing of the Wii U. The ads were horrendous. Little kids were the main focus of what these systems were being sold to, which is one of the main reasons that Nintendo had a huge missed opportunity. Because if they had marketed this to teens and young adults, we would have already had a great start to this. Instead, we had kids with Disney Channel-like personalities promoting this channel. Around that time, kids were into games that weren't Nintendo. Remember, it was the 2010s. FNAF, Minecraft, and Call of Duty were games kids were into around that time.
Second thing about the system is one of the most talked about reasons of why the Wii U failed, and it's about the lack of third-party support. Nintendo obviously gives out good space nowadays for third-party games, but Nintendo didn't do that back then. I mean, look at what Nintendo released in their last year of promoting and selling this console. I mean, look at it. The second reason is the weak hardware and the questionable price point. This thing was being sold for about $300 in 2012 for the basic set, and sold a deluxe edition for around $350. The basic set was basically a white 8GB model, while this deluxe edition had a black 32GB model with a copy of Nintendo Land. You're basically paying the same amount for a Nintendo Switch for a Wii U. Remember when Nintendo sold pack-in games with their console? Even in the 1980s, Nintendo sold their consoles with games packed in when you bought them. The NES was hard to find without a game because the pack-in title consoles were more common than the consoles themselves.
A system that's like gonna be all futuristic and stuff, but it's gonna be beige.
Yes, that means that the $350 models were your best bet when buying a Wii U. And even then, Nintendo really shouldn't have been putting out the system for $300, as this is what gets us into this scenario. Nintendo really confused most Nintendo fans when releasing the Wii U. You will not believe how many people thought this was simply an add-on for the regular Wii. This was clearly a new console, but I get why they got confused. The trailer literally showed New Super Mario Bros. U, but I've already said in the New Super Mario Bros. Video that they both look exactly the same. This only looked like a new controller, which was the gamepad. This was an iPad with buttons, and you all know that Steve Jobs hates his buttons. There was nothing that the Wii U did to improve anything software or hardware wise. This was just a simple waste of time for Nintendo. Their 3DS was doing a lot better, which is why I think it's better than the Wii U. And most of the games could have been on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, why do you think they re-released these games or made improvements on them and add them to the Switch? And to think that this was a console that they were serious about for 5 years, it blows my mind how they're still a company today after that mistake. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all liked this video. Shout out to Brandon Hill, also known as Basketdoor, for collaborating in this video. He's a really cool guy and you should check out his videos. I honestly think his videos are pretty cool. If you really like my videos and like watching them, then subscribe so that way you never miss a video. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.